Okay. This is a complete program package. Let's say com.cs 311e public. This is pretty small program. Class, I call it my service. Extends what?
Service.
Service, exactly. Just write, actually, I want to stop here and give you a little information before we continue that. And, okay, I don't want to confuse you. Okay, let's finish that. I'm going to talk about that. Very important information. The point is, this is possible that you extend another class, which is subclassing service, which I'm going to tell you. And if you use extend that class, your service automatically is going to run on another thread. It means you do not need to use async task or anything, okay? Because whatever I'm doing now, this, if you do it like that, your service is going to use your main thread, okay? Which you have only at most 5 seconds, right? But if you extend another thread, I'm going to collect $5 to tell you what the name is in a moment. So, and if you do that one, your service is going to use another thread. So that is much better. So we're going to talk about that in a moment. But that is another example because I wanted to start from very simple service, okay? So let's make it at override public void no public iBinder.
That's a no one.
I'm going to tell you what it is. Fine. Unbind is one of the methods of the service that normally we are overriding if we want any communication happens between a client and a service. Do you remember I said in some services you need to do communication, send data, receive data, something. In some services, no, you just start the service and it's going to do the job, right? This is one of those cases that we start the service will do the job without any communication. That's what the body of unbind is nothing but what? Eternal, okay? So we need to override this. Actually, we don't need to, honestly. We do it as a good practice for a good program, but this is the default anyway, okay? But I always do all of my services, okay? Because later on, if you want to make communication simple, you're going to go and add code here. Just add code here, right? And that's it. So this is Unbind in charge of communication between the service and the client, okay? Which I do nothing here, simply return null because it has to return the object of iBinder. Okay? And if the client uses bind service, you see that? If the client uses bind service, it means what? It wants to communicate with the service, right? As a result, this will be called. Okay? Understand? So this bind service is
Ongoing.
communicate with unbind, okay? Which in our case we don't do anything, okay? So at override public integer on start command intent I integer flags and integer start ID. Do you remember I said this method is taking care of the heart of your service. Whatever your service is supposed to do should be implemented here, right? On start command. Okay? Now, in our example, it's just toast. Doesn't do much. So toast dot make text this let's say hello from my service. And toast dot length underscore long. Okay, and let's show it right away. Dot show. Okay, this part is done, and return start sticky. I'm going to tell you what it is in a moment.
Is that
Okay.
CKY?
Start sticky.
CKY?
S-T-I-K-Y.
Okay.
S-T-I-K-Y.
Okay.
Stick. S-T-I-K-Y.
CKY.
CK.
Yes.
It's not English.
Stick.
Wow, okay.
Start sticky.
Sounds like something I wrote.
I'm going to tell you what start sticky does in a moment. Okay? If you do not want your service ends when the job is done, because if you want your service goes forever, always return start sticky. Sticky has seen it, right?
Yes, that's what
S-T-I-
everybody, that's what everybody was
Am I-
saying.
CKY.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
STICKY.
Am I missing? Oh, yeah.
There we go.
I'll stick together.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah. That's okay, the computer's got the list of all commands that come up to confuse us.
Now looks good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good, sticky. Okay. There are several actually integers that you could return. One of them I represented to you, and that is start sticky. That simply means your service never stops. It keeps going. Okay? If you were doing something else, for example, you were sending another one, as soon as hello from my service was displayed, service would be what? Dead. Right?
So just,
We don't want this happening. We want service keeps going, right? Because sometimes you want service continues forever, right? Okay. This program goes forever because of that. Okay, once you call it. And now the subject of some kind of the back door is gonna come out again. What if you want to stop this? How are you going to stop the service? We have not made any mechanism here to stop it, right? It keeps going, okay? Of course, in this case, it's not bad, but if it was making music or something, it was really annoying. Constantly, you want to stop it, right? So normally, we are making a mechanism to stop. Okay? This I'm going to show you. Okay, so, and I didn't put anything for on destroy, and I didn't put anything for on create, or we just went for default, and even we don't need that for your information, this is optional too. The only thing that we need to have is on start. That is a hard connection, okay? On create, normally we are using when we want to do some initialization, create, for example, connection to let's say, web or something for downloading, this kind of thing when we are doing that. But I didn't do anything here because just simply display hello from my service. And it also shows that you are allowed to use toast, right? Yeah.
Where is gonna come the contacts? Does it have a contacts and service?
I haven't finished it. I'm going to write it. This is just the service. Let me write a client and see how it's going to work.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just curious about the contacts, where the contacts come from.
You want to find it?
He's wondering what this is. I'm wondering what this is.
It's a contact.
It's the activity.
Where it came from?
Yeah.
You mean the
The this.
context?
Yeah, because use this as a contact. But
You mean
those
this
need.
guy?
Yeah. But those need a context. Right.
Oh, this is like context. It's the same.
Context is needed. Yes, you are right. I can use
Get application.
I can use get base context.
Okay.
Base context. And it's going to take it out. Okay. Okay, this is done. Well, let me tell you something. You asked me a very good question. Service is subclassing context.
Oh,
Okay?
okay.
Exactly like activity. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So it means that
This
is
is gonna-
because we are doing that. We know this is totally all right that you use this here and it's going to be the same content.
Okay.
But if it bothers you, you still could use get this. Both of them would work. Okay. With this, it's going to work because of service is subclassing context. Okay. Exactly like activity. Okay. But service does not subclass view.
Oh.
Service does not subclass view. This is the reason that we do not have any UI in service. Okay? Doesn't do that. Understand? But activity does. But service is automatically taking care of the context, so you don't have to worry about it. Still, this is working. So this, we get the base context gonna work as well as just THIS. Okay. Let me before we write a client, you need to know that you need to modify your manifest file. Okay. In your manifest file, please add the following line. Can I put it here? Okay, I'm going to put it here. In your manifest file, make sure that you're going to put this line, or your service is not going to work. Service, Android, colon, name, equal dot, my service. Okay, add this line to your manifest. Okay. dashboard, your service is not gonna work. Now, I'm gonna delete over there and write the client part to see how we are calling a service, right? Okay. Package. I'm going to use the same package because I don't want to do any other problem. Because I told you we want to use local service, not remote service. Remote service has some other thing that we discussed. Okay, so that's why we're going to put in the same package. com.cs311d. CS 311D, okay, and public class demo service extends activity at override public void on create bundle B super dot on create B set content view r dot layout dot main. Okay. So I'm going to create a button. As you click a button, service is going to start. Right? So the button B we call button find view by ID. And r dot ID dot btn. Well, I don't like that because B and B will conflict, okay?
BT.
Right? So we're gonna call it what?
BT.
BTN as. Fine? Okay. BTN dot set on click listener. Parenthesis, new button dot on click listener. Okay. Parenthesis. Now we are overriding on click, and in on click we're going to call the service, right? Okay. Override public void on click view. I'm going to put the rest of them here for you guys. Only a couple of lines, and that's it. Intent. Equal new need to have a context, right? You could use this, or you could use get-based context. Either one of them would be okay. Okay, comma, my service.class. So you create an intent, right? And start service. So, do you remember I said start service is going to start the service, right? So you're going to use start service followed by your intent, and that's it. It's going to start with. Okay? And if you want to stop the service, you could say stop service followed by what?
Intent.
And the service is going to stop. So start service, stop service.
You mean stop self-result first and then stop service?
Are you talking about this?
Yeah, that guy first
Well,
before.
don't get confused. Stop self and stop self result are when a service wants to
itself.
kill itself. We are in a client, right? Client is starting a service. Client, the same client could kill the service because you own the service, right? This is your service, so you are starting that. And if you want to stop it, you would say stop service. If you do not use stop service, this service goes forever because I put what? Start sticky, and it goes forever. Oh.
Client side.
Okay. So
developer side.
if you want to make it better, you would make, for example, two buttons, or you would make the, for example, toggle button that start, stop, right?
Mhm.
It's up to you. But this one, start the service and it runs forever. Yes?
Which one's gonna be better approach? You make that intent like a globally and use on two buttons, or recreate that intent on another button? How this is gonna work to stop them?
You mean either create two buttons? One
Yeah,
for
because if you
start,
create
one
the
for
stop,
stop?
you're gonna need the intent. So can you use the same intent, or do you have to create a new one?
Oh, good. For stopping?
Yeah.
We are using the same.
So you have to create that globally.
So, in this case, we need to declare intent
This one on
globally,
create.
right
On
over
create.
there. Good question. We
On
are
create.
putting, somewhere
On create there.
up there, right?
Yep.
Globally, intent I, and we're going to use the same intent, right?
Oh, I see.
So we create the intent inside, but we could stop it, right?
Mhm.
Because we don't need to do this again, right?
Okay, yeah.
Because if the intent, because we are creating once, when we are starting, so the same intent should be used
For
to
stop.
Otherwise, you are not able to stop.
Oh, I see.
Same intent should be used, right?
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
Good point. Yeah. See, you got how to do that? Okay. So we need to declare intent globally,
Globally,
because
and
we are
we
using
use
it in two
two
different, in two different on click,
Mhm.
right? One for stop, one for stop.
Got it.
So can we pass stuff to the service to initialize it using the intent?
Pass what?
Like some data, like using
Oh,
external
yes.
intent?
Yeah, because it can get put extra.
This is the source of our, source of the communication with,
But if you don't want two-way communication, if you just want initialization communication, you can just, when you start the intent, you can just put something in.
the heart of any intent is what? The heart of any service is on start command, right? And this intent is passed, the same intent, right?
Right.
Intent and it has to pass, right?
Okay.
And we are giving that right over here.
But I
The
mean,
same-
we don't have to bind unless we
No,
want
we
two-way
don't.
communication.
No. Good question, very good question. Same intent that. Can we go a little bit further now?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so we discussed about this. Now, I want to make a kind of interaction with the service, okay? Let me just see if I have not jumped over everything, okay? Let me see that if I have discussed
Oh,
it.
you were going to tell us about the service subclass that,
I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you. Actually, I'm gonna talk about all of them, okay? First of all, before I forget, let's talk about different flags which are available. I gave you one, right? Start sticky. This is the integer that we are returning, okay? So in addition to start sticky, we are able to return some other integers, okay? And one of them, actually there are several of them, I can give you some of them, okay? Start flag. Actually, no, not this. Not this one. Not this.
That was the last one.
Not this. Let me see. There are some others. There are several of them that I can give you. Let's see if I have this one. No,
Start flag retry, start flag redeliver, not that.
not this guy. Okay. Let's do this one. You could use start flag. I already discussed it like that. Let's
Yeah,
do
you already
this
did.
one. Let's- Oh,
Redeliver.
yeah, I haven't given you this, I'm sorry. Service
There you go.
dot start underscore no sticky. Okay? That simply means your service will not automatically restart. It means service do the job and finally stops automatically, right? Start, no, not sticky. This is not. Not underscore.
Good,
Start, not
thank you.
sticky. The other one, which very often we are using, is this. This is the important one. Start, deliver intent. Let me write it down for you. Service dot start underscore deliver underscore intent. Okay? This means if your service stops, okay, if your service stops, you could use the same previous intent to restart it again. Follow me? Not creating a new intent. I'm going to show you how to do that. This is really important. This means if your service is stopped and you want to start it again, you are able to use the same previous intent. How to do that? Let's go over here. Let me see that. Okay, good. If I want to start it again, this time I'm going to use intent I equal null. I'm going to show you a little bit later how to do that. And after that, start service item. Okay? If I want to start the service that I already started, but finish the job, I can restart it again simply by passing null. If I pass null to the service, okay, the service would know that null means what? It's using the previous intent. Okay? That's what is called start re-deliver intent. The intent that was already delivered and we want to re-deliver it again. Following?
Yeah.
This is very important because sometimes you want to use the same intent again and again and again. You don't want to create a new one, okay? Simply, all you need to do is just put null and return it. And it's gonna start the service, but with the new, with your old
intent.
intent, okay? Because you are using return, start, redeliver intent, okay? So if you, instead of start sticky, you use start redeliver intent, what's gonna happen? It means if your service stops or finished, you could simply pass null from now on to restart it again. Maybe it is a little bit confusing for you guys,
Is that
right?
something that you want to run repeatedly, but you don't?
I'm going to give you an example to see what I'm talking about. I just want to tell you what it does, but I'm going to give you an example about it, okay? I owe you an example. But I just want to tell you what this integer means, okay? This simply means that by passing null, you could start it, you could use the previous intent to start again. Okay, you don't have to create a new intent. Okay? But how you're gonna find out, and then I'm gonna give it to you. I owe you that. I told you there are a lot of things about service that I need to explain to you. And okay, so let's maybe continue this one. Okay. Before we continue that, I need to give you the homework assignment. Due for this homework assignment is 2 weeks from now, because I'm not sure that I can cover entire service for you tonight. But at least you know what the homework assignment is all about, and you could think about it, you could start working on it. But when we discuss more about it and I give you more examples, we're going to see the whole thing, okay? So let me, before I finish it, due for this homework assignment is 2 weeks from now, not next week, but week after. Okay? The reason for that is I am not able to cover everything about service tonight. This is a pretty large topic, okay? So, what this homework is all about. We want to make a service is called prime number service. Let me clean the board and tell you what it is. We want to create a service. This service is called prime number service. Prime number service. This service goes forever. It means your on a start command is going to return what? Sticky. Okay? And this is the local service. It means only you or only your activity is going to use it, not everybody's activities, okay? So we want to make a local service. This local service is called prime number service. First of all, we need to know what a prime number is. A prime number is a number that is divisible by 1 and itself only, like 1, like 2, like 3, like 5, like 7, like 11, like 13, like 17, and go on and on, go up, okay? Following? And if you cannot write a code for creating a prime number, no problem. I can post the prime number generator for you in our public directory, so you could just directly go and use it, okay? Because this course has nothing to do with prime number, this kind of thing. I'm gonna post. If you don't want it, if you go to Google, there are tons of codes available for prime number, okay? But anyway, if you need, I can put it for you. So we want to create prime number service. This service constantly generates prime number or prime numbers based on the request, okay? Based on the request. Okay, so the job of this service is generating prime number or prime numbers. This service would accept from, to, and number of primes. We are sending 3 numbers to this service. It means client is going to do that. Say I want to generate prime numbers from 1 to 100, for example, 6 prime numbers. So it's going to generate prime numbers between 1 and 100 for you, 6 of it, okay? 6 prime numbers. Generates and return it back to what? Return it back to the client, right? And life goes on, it continues, okay? Following? Now, as you see in this homework assignment, we are communicating with the service, right? So we need to talk about binding, because I said whenever you want to communicate or have an interaction with the service, you need to use bind, right? Which I have not covered. We're going to cover it, okay? This service, okay, so if the start ID is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a secret code is kill, then the service will stop itself. So if we send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and send the secret code kill, service is gonna stop itself. Okay? Yes. Otherwise, keep going. So this is a backdoor that in case we see the service doesn't stop and you call a tech support, say, what can I do? Stop, doesn't work. Tech support will tell you that, okay, you want to stop the service, send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and as the secret code, as a start ID. This is start ID. Okay. Start ID the same start ID that we are using on start command. Okay. And pass kill as the secret code and stop. Okay. Following? So what we do, we're going to make a service and we're going to make an activity. This activity is going to ask the user from, to, and how many primes, right? From, to, and how many primes. Send this information to the service. Service is going to create those numbers, send them back to the client. Client is going to display it. Right? Paul?
How do you want them sent back to the client?
You're going to learn about it. This is using, I'm going to show you all techniques that you need to know. Okay? Because service is able to communicate, right? Get, receive, send, receive. Okay? So we're going to learn about that. Okay? So, this is the homework assignment. Anybody has any comment or question about it? Yes.
So in this case, we're gonna type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and Q on the text, edit text. So it's gonna be any one or have to be a specific one? Because we have 3 edit
You
text there.
mean, are you talking about,
No,
Yeah,
he's
because-
talking about the kill.
Yeah, the Q and because to send the code, we're gonna have to type it in on the edit text, right?
Or just a kill.
you mean the secret code?
Yeah,
Uh,
because we have 3 edit texts, so.
We got 3 numeric tunes. But okay.
You
You
just
just
have a
check
button
for
that
it.
says kill.
You just check for it.
Well,
No, that wouldn't be secret then.
Okay, I like that question, let me tell you. Let's think about it,
So what if it use a number?
because see which way is better, right? This is exactly the way that we are doing a job in a company. We just sit around the table, talk about everything, the whiteboard is here, and we just talk how to do that, right? What is the approach? So, this is the project that we are supposed to do. But now, let's see how to do that, right? You wanna give me a suggestion? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
if you're putting in a number, instead of the word kill, if you used a number like 999 primes, then that could
But this
act,
is
that
the
can
code that
activate.
you wanna use, right?
That's the code.
If you can check for text instead of number, you're inputting numbers. So as long as you can put in text there also, then you'll be fine.
So what this gentleman says is, we are sending all of these as what? As a string, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
And after that, you convert it to number, right?
Okay, that's
So
fine.
you send 1, 106, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Q, right?
That'll work, okay.
But this approach is not really a good approach. You know why? Because this
This string.
requires you, for every call, you pass what? 5 items, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boolean, 2 of them junk or null, and this is gonna be a little bit. You know what I'm
Slow
talking
down.
about? So, do you think about finding another approach to do that?
Maybe phone 0 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and number of primes Q.
Well, let me tell you something, guys. Whenever we are creating any software, okay, for public and you want to have a backdoor, backdoor normally should not use the same communication channel that normally we are doing that. So our normal communication channel is sending 3 numbers from to a number. That's a communication channel, right? Sending and receiving numbers, right? But somehow these should be given to our service from another approach. Follow me? From another approach. Not the normal channel, otherwise this would be very obvious, right? So the hackers would know that always there was something that should stop the service, and they try. So this approach, it means sending this and this, should be hidden, right? Okay, how to do that? Yes.
So if you're gonna have a button to send from to number of primes, maybe you could, depending on the number of times you hit send, it could pop up a secondary way for you to enter 1, 2, 3, and go. Like that. Because it would be a different channel, right? Like you wouldn't use the same 3 edit text to send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and kill. You would generate a different.
Well, the number of primes could be set to 0, which would then,
Yeah, I like that too.
stop that.
Oh,
If,
yeah.
okay,
Right, or negative numbers.
So if you
Negative-
put the-
negative
let's say
numbers
0.
Make no sense.
okay, if you put a 0 here,
Yeah.
right?
But that was gives
Now,
that's the same
how are you
channel.
gonna give this to?
That's the same channel though, he's saying. He's
The
saying
point is,
try a different channel.
are you gonna use the same channel to send these two pieces of information to your,
I mean, we can attach anything to the intent, right? You know,
Yeah, of
if we're
course.
using getExtras. So, you use three keys for from, to, and number of primes. And then there are 2 additional keys which are only used when you're sending the backdoor. Or actually 1 key, which is the backdoor. key.
But now you're back to sending 5 things over.
No, we're not, because you don't need to specify, with the intent. You can edit what goes into what is attached.
I
to the
really
thing.
like this discussion. Do you know why? Because that's what we are doing exactly at work. because we know what the project is all about. Our client is waiting for us to deliver the project, and now we are getting together in a table, around the table, and discuss about all kinds and pros and approach and what to do, and everybody drawing something on the board. And sometimes this discussion takes not only 1 hour, 2 hours, sometimes takes days, okay? And finally we finalize it, everybody agrees on it, we start coding that. Okay, this is the way that we do, okay? So I know what the solution, but I just want to bring you into the discussion, say how to do this, right? Because we have done it anyway, okay? So you know what the problem is. We have 3 items to enter, numbers, to send to service, and also we need to pass
2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the kill.
But only when you wanna keep,
Okay?
only when you're giving a
And
secret code.
normally, since these 2 should get into our service from another channel, not from the same channel, we need to find how to do that, right? Think about it.
Are you considering the intent, using the same intent as using the same channel? Are you considering using the same?
You could
keys
use
for
same
the extras?
intent. You could use same intent. Fine.
You know, the thing is that you can edit the intent after you create it, right? I mean,
Oh,
if
yes.
I'm calling it, if I'm calling it to create primes, there are going to be 3 keys in the extras, from, to, a number of primes. If
Yeah.
I'm using the backdoor, those can be removed. You can add other keys which are only used for the secret channel.
Oh, so
So
you don't have to.
if using the
Okay.
same intent doesn't count as using the same channel,
Very good
you
approach.
can reuse the intent.
Very good approach. Very good approach. This is one of it that we could do. Yes, we are, the key point is we are able to modify the same intent, right?
I wasn't sure if we could, that's why I was wondering.
Yes, we are able to.
Is that what you were
Yes,
getting at?
because we are able to use the same intent, right, and modify it. And yes, this is one approach, okay? But if you think about some others, I always welcome your approach, okay? So you know the homework assignment, right? Just think about it between now and next week, that how to do that. Next week, if by next week when we get together, you still have not found the good or right approach for the secret code and this number, okay? I'm going to reveal it.
Ooh,
the secret code, right? Because there is a homework assignment, right? Fowlen. So between now and I like this approach because I have done it. This is in fact the way that this implemented it. Okay, so we are modifying the intent, and this time our intent is gonna accept this number and that number and send it. But if you cannot think about it in the right way, there are some other approaches too, right? That you could do. For example, let me give you. Our activity put this and this into the SD card, right? Somewhere in the SD card. And service is gonna read from that SD card, right? Following? So when we are sending 0 here as number of primes, it means nothing really. Immediately it's gonna go to the SD card, get this and get this from SD card. Verify that if they are the correct code, they're gonna kill, right? This is again another approach. That if you want to use SD card, right? There are many approaches, and SD card is another channel, right? It's not the same communication channel. Follow me? It's totally from backdoor, right? So this is another approach. I'm just trying to give you some ideas. You think which way you like it, and let me know. So in your code, please, when you are giving me the source code, okay, just add 1 sentence or 2 sentences as a comment that this is the approach for backdoor, okay? That when I read, I see what you're doing, right? Understand what I'm talking about? All of a sudden, I see if you are modifying your intent, I have to ask myself, how come you are modifying the intent? What's the reason for that, right? Or why you are all of a sudden trying to get something from SD card? What's going on, right? Or shared preferences. You could create a shared preferences, right? Actually, one of my employees suggested use shared preferences. They said this is a key, this is a value, right? One of my employees said we could use the shared preferences, right? So key value or key value, and SD card is gonna get the shared preferences and check it. If it is this and that, that's it. It's gonna commit suicide. This is again another approach using shared preferences. I just give you different approaches, right? So think about the way that you are mostly, you are more actually familiar with, or it's easier for you to do that. Okay? Shared preference is only a couple of lines. Put it in there, get it. Okay? We discussed about shared preferences in CS211D, right? Create the object of shared preferences and put it and use editor, create the object of editor and put this into the shared preference. Okay, so you missed that.
No, I'm wondering about a hidden button. Can you make a button the same color as the background so that you can't really see that the button's there?
So how do you activate the button?
Well, it's a back door.
There are many tricks, okay? So you think about it. Okay, can we continue?
Yes, please.
So we have got 20 minutes to go, and a lot of other things to cover. Okay, so we discussed about these. Okay, let me see if we are here. Okay, so we got our given.
It's over here
Okay,
in
we
the dark.
discussed about
That'll work fine. I like it. A different approach. Looks like it's over here. I like it. I'll put that on all my apps. Quick kill.
Let me see where we
Yeah,
are.
no, your boss can't see what you do. When you work, you tell them to screen sideways, push a button that's not there. It makes up your work product.
I'm looking for a very small example to give you. Okay.
Like 6 pages.
One of the problems that we're going to see, I'm going to start talking about the next week because it is a long story, is communication between your client and service. In this example requires what? Passing numbers. As I mentioned, these numbers cannot be sent and received as it is, okay? We need to marshalize or serialize these numbers, okay? And after send them to the service based on the RPC style of communication, okay? So this subject makes communication with the service a little bit more complicated. We need to use the special technology in RPC, which we call it using IDLE. Okay? IDLE. IDLE, I'm going to discuss about it next week for you guys, is a compiler that comes with Android, okay? Comes with Android. What IDLE does for us in our service is allowing us to actually serialize the data and send it to the service and deserialize it. Okay, it means do this serialization between the service and the client. Without that, if you do not use IDLE, whatever you send and whatever you receive would be garbage. You are sending these to your service can receive garbage, not your number. Because numbers or any data should be serialized, okay? Should be serialized, okay? Yes?
This is not standard serialized, like this is not me doing my standard like deserialize and serialize a file. This is something different from mine. You know what I mean, like when we did serialize.
Well, the point is the serialization that Java is offering is not really efficient enough for using it in Android, okay? So that's what Android is offering another approach, and that is using IDLE. How to make IDLE, you're going to learn next week that you need to create an interface and in this interface, you need to say what we want to send, what you want to receive, type of data you want to send and receive and something. And after that, we're gonna use the idle compiler to get our interface and create a code. Code that idle compiler is creating the Java code, but it's very ugly Java code. Okay, so I'm going to show you how it looks like that, and we're going to use some of the methods that the idle is generating. We're going to use those methods that are auto-generated for our communication with the service. Okay, so I'm going to give you all of these step by step. Okay, so if I do not explain this to you guys, you are not able to do the job. Okay? Now, if you guys want to start working earlier and think about it, in your textbook, there is a section about idle. Okay? Idle, how to use idle in Android. Okay? And you could read it in advance. Or if you do not want to read it in advance, totally fine. Wait for me, I'm gonna explain it to you exactly how idle is gonna work. Without that, communication will not work. It means data that you are sending and receiving are just junk, garbage. Okay?
To be serialized.
Yes. Okay. So I said about that, and I tell you that okay. So subject of idle, I'm gonna talk about it next week for you if you want, I can give it to you right now, but I don't think we have time to really continue, but we cover the whole thing for you, okay? So let me see what is left from our tonight, okay? There is another way that you could do, by the way, if you want, and that is using the object of the parcel. There is a class in Android and in Java, it's called parcel. Okay, parcel. Parcel, the parcel class allows us to do the serialization and opposite, okay? Unserialize. It's like a parcel. You're gonna put the data in a parcel, serialize it, send it to service. Service is gonna unparcel it, get it, and when service wants to send you the result back, it's gonna parcel it and send it to us, and we're gonna unparcel it, okay? But working with parcel is a little bit harder than working idle, because idle creates everything that you want. It's just auto-generated, right? You just call idle, and idle is gonna create all of those methods that you want, and we just use them. That's it, okay? That's what using idle is gonna make our job easier than parcel. But I'm trying to tell you, the idle is not the only way that we could communicate with the service, okay? Parceling is available, and we need to, if you want to use parcel, you need to implement the parcelable interface. Okay? If you want to know, you can study it if you like, okay? Parcelable interface, okay? If any object that we are sending to a service or receiving, if that object is implementing parcelable, we are able to send and receive, okay? So parcelable is an interface. It has some method that we need to implement, okay? And this is another way to do that, okay? So it's totally up to you. I'm not going to talk about parcelable here because it's a little bit harder than idle. Idle is automatic and it's going to do that. And your textbook is also showing you how to use idle. If you read from the textbook, you're going to understand how that is going to work, okay? So I owe you the idle next week.
But in both cases, we need line.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. discuss about this. And let me see if anything left from the lecture tonight that I can give you before we go. Okay. Okay, we already discussed about all of these, one after each other. Okay, so everything is covered tonight for you, and nothing else here, and I have covered almost everything. Okay. 1.7, okay. Okay, guys. Next week. So we stop. Some of you are sleeping, okay? So we are, so wake up. So we are continuing our discussion about, some of you are sleeping, so what could we do? So we are continuing our discussion about service next week. Let me tell you what I'm going to cover next week for you, okay? As soon as we get in the class next week, okay? We are talking about how to use IDOM, right? Okay? How to use IDOM. And I'm going to also show you how to use a service that automatically creates another thread for you, okay? Because when we are making a service, we have two choices, guys. Services normally are made to handle those processes that are taking a long time, okay? So 5 seconds is not enough. So we are going to talk about two approaches. One is using async task in our services, okay? That would create a separate thread, and we do the job in that thread, okay? This is one approach. The other approach is using the special class, not service class, using another class, which I'm going to talk about it, and that class automatically creates another thread for us. So it means, everything is done in new thread, okay? Follow me? So we discussed about this, and also discussed about idle, and I'm going to write a large program for you that would show you everything, right? So in fact, most of the stuff that we are supposed to do in our homework assignment, I'm going to write it on a board for you here. Do you remember last week I wrote a large part of the program for camera capture? Do you remember camera taking picture?
Sure, it
So
worked
for
well.
this, I'm going to write for you big part of the homework assignment, right? So you see how sending, receiving, and everything is working, right? This is a very good idea that we use in this homework assignment. We use a separate thread, and we do not count on the thread of the main activity. Why? Because what's going to happen if somebody says, I want to generate a prime number within 1, and let's say, for example, 20 million, how many of them? 10,000. That is going to take maybe more than 5 seconds to generate, right? And right away in the middle of the job, your program is going to crash, finish, right? And you're going to get that error message.
Too many
That's
work and I mean.
Exactly.
Famous
You
one.
remember? Yes. 5 minutes passes. Yeah. So
yeah.
we need
5
to think
seconds.
about it. So
5
we need to.
5
The
seconds.
good idea in this homework assignment is making that multi-threading, right? You use a separate thread. So when you guys between now and next week are trying to think about how to make this, you need to have this idea that maybe multi-threading is a good idea for that. And we are using either async task or generating a separate thread, as I'm going to show you how to do it next time, right? Got it? So between now and next week, we're going to find how to do the backdoor, right?
Yep.
Follow me? What approaches? And after that, we're going to talk about how to create the other things, and so in next week we're gonna finish the subject, okay?
You know, want to
Finish
slip
the
in,
subject. After this subject, we need to talk about touch, by the way, because some of you already sent me email and said I was going to the next subject. We are talking about touching, how by using touch you could,
other things other than
touchpad, and how to do this, because everything in a cell phone is touching, right? how you could do that, how your touching is gonna work. So the subject is gonna be about touching.